Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. So as I'm sure most of you know, I've been making top 5 lists telling you guys essentially what to play, what's OP for a very long time. But one thing I've always been consistent with is mainly focusing only on the mid lane. Whether that's top 5 underrated mids, top 5 AP mids, top 5 assassins mid, I've never really focused on any other role. So I thought it's about time to release a new segment, and this one is gonna be something really interesting. From now on, every single patch I'll be releasing a new video like this, giving you guys a list of champions, and it can be any number of champions all the way from 4 to maybe even 10, which will be any combination of any roles. It could be all in the top lane, it could be just top and mid, it could be just top jungle and mid, or whatever. But the goal will be to list the champions that I personally believe, mixed with statistics, to be simply the most overpowered champions in the current meta. Champions that are pretty much pick or ban, champions that you want on your team, champions you don't want to see on the enemy team. So all in all, it'll simply be the champions that are just flat out the strongest, the most overpowered at the very moment. So if you think it's a cool idea and want me to do this for every single patch where I focus essentially on every role or potentially every role, then hit that like button to let me know. Now this video specifically will be made in collaboration with Pro Guides. Definitely check them out if you have not yet, and they also have a really cool new feature where you can chat to a high level player almost anytime you ever want to, which honestly is a pretty cool and unique feature. But either way guys, let's get right into the meat of the video and talk about the strongest and most OP champions as of right now, patch 6.8. So the first champion I want to start talking about, and what I personally believe to be the most overpowered champion right now, is Kindred. More specifically, Kindred in the jungle. Now, I believe this champion is without question the strongest champion. This is not a champion I want to see on the enemy team, and this is definitely a champion I want to see on my team, if not at least banned. She does an insane amount of damage, Devour is ridiculously strong, she scales very well, she absolutely demolishes tanks. She's very mobile, she has a good jungle clear, she can do Dragon and Barons very quickly as well, she has very strong ganking power because not only is she a ranged champion, but she can also sidestep with her Q ability, reduces cooldown with her W, and even slow the target with her E ability, and even tower dive very easily with her ultimates. And speaking of which, her ultimate has to be one of the most annoying abilities at the very moment, because if you ever think you're about to kill her and get the upper hand, well, she'll pop down that ultimate, she'll make it an even fight, and then it comes down to whoever outplays the other person. She's really hard to get to in team fights, she can do a lot of damage in team fights with her Q and Runan's Hurricane. And I mean, all in all, this is just the champion you don't want to face. You don't want to be against her, and you definitely want her on your team, or if you don't want either or, just ban her. But if you choose to play her and pick her up just to get a few free wins currently while she's still very strong, which I highly recommend you do if you jungle, well, here's the recommended runes, items, and all that good stuff to get you started. The next champion I want to talk about will be moving us all the way into the top lane, and that's going to be Ekko. Tank Ekko has been incredibly infamous. He's been absolutely terrorizing solo queue, terrorizing even competitive play. He's just not fun to face. Luckily for us, he actually did get nerfed this patch, but it doesn't feel like it was enough. I mean, he still feels really strong. Iceborne still feels good on him. Just building essentially a pure tank is still quite good. But if you so choose, you can even opt out for the Rod of Ages build path and then go pure tank, and it'll work out just as well. The point is, it doesn't feel like the nerfs were enough to really just transition Ekko from being a tank Ekko back to what he should be, being AP Ekko. But interestingly enough, I feel like if you were to play AP Ekko even in the top lane or mid lane, he still feels really strong. I mean, I feel like Ekko has just become one of those champions that is just very scary. He's still sitting at an incredible win rate in the top lane, he's still doing a lot of Ekko things, and for the most part, again, nothing really changed about him this patch. Ryan will definitely need a little bit more nerfs to put this guy back in line and slowly transition him back to AP Ekko. If you've ever faced tank Ekko, which I'm sure you probably have by now, well, you've probably experienced the pain that it is. Or if you've had tank Ekko on your team, or if you even played it, well, you probably experienced the pleasure that it is to play him. But either way guys, tank Ekko is still very strong, definitely want to pick or ban him, and I'd really watch out for him, because if I see the enemy team have tank Ekko, I'm pretty tilted. But either way guys, here are the recommended items, runes, and all that good stuff when playing tank Ekko, primarily in the top lane. Alright, and next we're gonna move all the way down into the bottom lane and show the support role some love. Whoever said supports can't carry and support is the most useless role, well, they should definitely start rethinking those words, because in my opinion, supports have one of the best champion pools at the moment. And I'll be starting things off by talking about Taric, the newest addition to League of Legends. Whenever a new champion comes out recently, usually they seem to be somewhat underwhelming. I'm looking at Jhin. But Taric has been quite the opposite. In fact, he's actually been quite overpowered. A lot of people are definitely praising him, saying that he is without question the best support. He's definitely pick or ban. People also just simply do not know how to play against him, so you can easily use that to your advantage. Now, his laning phase is somewhat so-so, but he scales insanely well. He has an amazing presence within a team fight. The double stun, double heal, and double invulnerability is absolutely ridiculously strong. He simply just adds a lot to the team. He's definitely a welcomed pick, and for the most part, from the games I've been seeing and from the statistics I've been looking at, he's easily a pick or ban type champion. So if you're support main and you're looking for a champion to play that's very strong in the current meta, look no further. Taric is definitely your go-to. And if you finally give in and decide to play him, here are the recommended runes, items, and all that good stuff to get your games going. So now that we got what I consider to be the 3 strongest pick or ban champions out of the way, let's move on to the rest. We're actually going to remain in the bot lane for one more champion because, well, Soraka still exists. Riot somewhat reworked Soraka a few patches ago in the hopes that she will not be as overpowered and she will be much more of a high risk, high reward type champion, but that didn't really work out. In fact, it's actually arguable to say that maybe she's even more overpowered now than she was prior to. The amount that she can heal to her team, the amount that she can heal for herself, the damage she provides, the slow she can now provide no matter what part of the queue she lands, the heals and everything, the silence, it's still all there. She's still Soraka, she still is very annoying to deal with. She's still that really awkward support that the enemy team has to kill first, or I mean, she's just gonna be healing up every single person on her team. She's not all that difficult to play still, and I mean, again, she is just someone that is a very big nuisance to the enemy team, and it just makes things very awkward for them to play with. So if you're looking for a fairly easy support champion that still gets the job done, is very annoying, and is just very strong, Soraka is another fantastic pick. And here are my recommended runes, items, and all that stuff to get her going as well. But now we're going back into the jungle because there's still one more jungle champion I have to talk about. Nitta. Now this is the champion that has been very prominent in the jungle for several patches, to the point where they nerfed her to what seemed to be the final blow to Nitta, but apparently that's not the case. She's still around, she's still Nitta, she's still very strong, and she's still one of the best junglers to play in solo queue. Now I have to say that she does feel a little bit more of a higher elo pick because she's not easy to play. She does require several games to truly understand what to do with her and when. But if you understand that, understand what to do with her and how to play her, damn, she is just so strong. The amount of presence that she can have within the first 15 or 20 minutes is just unmatchable. She can dish out so much damage, she has insane amount of poke damage, and oh my god, it's just really hard to deal with a very skilled Nitta player. So if you're looking to step up your jungle game and trying to find a maybe higher mechanically challenging type champion, and you want to really just challenge yourself but also have a very high chance to carry games, Nitta without question is the jungle champion you want to play. And if you do decide to play her, then here you go, the runes, the items, and all that good stuff. Now there's still 2 more champions that I want to talk about, and both of them are going to be from the top lane, so let's move over there. The first champion I'll talk about is Maokai. Now personally, this is my personal opinion, I think Maokai is the best top laner at the very moment. I absolutely despise when I have to face a Maokai on the enemy team. He seems just an unstoppable force. You just can't kill him, he'll CC you down, his ultimate is ridiculously good in team fights, he heals up a lot, he has good overall control. I mean, you just can't kill him, and he seems to be killing you. So personally, I think he's without question the strongest top laner, but when talking to other people and looking at statistics, it seems like Ekko is just a little bit better than him still. But either way, this tree is insanely strong, guys. If you play top lane, I highly recommend you pick up Maokai. You just go pure tank. If you really want to, you can even go Rod of Ages, and doesn't really matter too much, but you don't really have to get ahead. You bring a lot of utility to your team. Your sustain in the laning phase is very strong. You work very well with the ganks, and I mean, he's just a good champion overall. He just fits into the meta perfectly, and I highly recommend you guys pick him up. This is not someone I want to see on the enemy team. This is someone I would love seeing on my team, or at least I want to see him banned. But either way, guys, here are my recommended items, runes for Maokai in the top lane. And last but definitely not least, we're going to be talking about Ryze. Now, Ryze can be played either top lane or even in the mid lane. But to me, he's very similar to Nitta in the sense that if you know how to play him, then holy shit, this guy is very strong. But like Nitta, he will take a few games to really understand, you know, which way you want to use his combos and what order and what scenarios. But after a few games, if you do understand that, or if you go watch a high level player play this champion and understand what they do and essentially replicate it into your own game, well, this guy is going to be destroying people. There have been several times where I was facing a Ryze mid lane, and with just a Tear of the Goddess, he's just annihilating me and I just cannot do more damage than he can. Or top lane Ryze. I've seen top lane Ryze go even 0-4 because he just consistently gets camped because he has to get camped. But even when he's not getting camped and he's 0-4 facing maybe his 3-1 top laner, he is still able to 1v1 and solo kill him because he just does so much damage. He also has ridiculously high teamfight presence because of the AoE damage. He has a lot of catch potential, and if you ever get caught out by Ryze, if they know how to use his abilities in the right order, you will get chunked and usually you will die. Now, he isn't the most overpowered champion compared to someone like maybe Kindred, but he's definitely deserving to be in this list, and if you ever face a skilled Ryze player, then I'm praying for you. But either way, guys, here are the runes, items, and all that stuff for Ryze in the top lane or even in the mid lane. But that's about it for this video, guys. I mean, there's my list so far of what I personally consider to be the strongest champions in the current meta of patch 6.8. If you guys did enjoy this one and want me to do this for every single patch and let you guys know what my personal thoughts are on the champions that you should watch out for, you should maybe learn, pick, or ban, and just essentially the strongest, most OP champions currently, please hit that like button. But either way, I hope you guys really did enjoy this new series, and big shoutouts to Pro Guys for helping me edit this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one. Peace.